Hi, first grade, and welcome to day 4 of reading. So today we're going to continue our lesson over author's purpose and point of view. So your learning target today is I can understand the author's purpose for writing a selection. So let's practice and apply. So why do you think the author wrote Mark's Big Day? Why do you think? Let's take 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well, I think the author wanted you to learn that if you make a mistake, it is important to keep going and do your best. So when we make mistake, like let's say if we made a mistake on math, I still want you guys to keep going and do your best. Also, how can you tell that the author is the one telling the story and not the character like Mark? Well, it is saying like when we were reading, it was telling like Mark was doing this, Mark was doing that. It wasn't using I because I is the first person. If I were telling my own story, I would be using I like pizza. I like the color pink. But we could tell that the author was the one telling the person because he was using not the first person. All right, so the tiny snowflake. Remember that we read about the tiny snowflake this past week? Well, I believe the author wrote this book to tell us that God made each one of us special, and he has a special purpose for you. And I know my purpose was that he called me to be a teacher, but also more importantly, that he has called me to tell others about his son, Jesus. All right, so that's what I believe, and I think that the author wrote the tiny snowflake to tell us that God made each one of us special and that he made you in his own image. All right, so your worksheet for the day is page 13, and it says circle the picture that shows who is telling each story. Then circle the sentence that tells why the author wrote it. So Helping Lost Pets by Liz Smith. My dog Max has a tag. The tag tells where his name is. It tells who to call if Max is lost. If you find a lost pet, look at its tag. So, who is telling the story? Is it the dog, the girl, or the boy? And then you're going to pick from these two sentences. Liz Smith wants to know how to help lost pets, or Liz Smith wants us to get a dog. All right, and then Dog Fun by Martin Hill. Bark, sniff, run and jump, lick, wag, thump, thump, thump. Let's go to the park. Let's have fun. I'll catch the ball. I'll run and run. So who's telling the story? Is it the dog, the boy, or the older boy? And then the author wants us to have fun reading this, or the author wants us to pet a dog. So you're going to choose between those two. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know.